Hi everybody. Okay, so Weinar, uh, we finally got over the party, and we actually might get to storylines soon. Okay, so everybody is coming down from the party, right? And everybody went home. We did see Brighton James and Melissa Ordway yesterday for like 2 minutes because they were at the party. Which is goes along with my theory of those are characters and people who they hardly ever use, and they only come back for special episodes, very special episodes. Otherwise, we do not see them at all. Very underutilized. But there you go. Okay. Now moving on. The party. Okay. So the party kind of bust up because everybody leaves, and also remember I told you that everybody got the message on their cell phone or device or whatever that something had happened with Jabot, and we all know what happened. So I'm going to talk about the aftermath kind of to this point. um when something like that happens, you're going to have a multi-layered you know, fallout, because not only do you lose all your money that you had, and even if you don't, you have people who, consumers, customers who bought products from you who are going to who are going to have to be reassured that nothing's wrong, and then you're going to have to deal with your suppliers. You still have product. So there's a lot of layers to this. Okay. And that's what we're seeing here because Jabot, of course, is Jack and Diane's company. Although now you're supposed to believe that Kyle is CEO. I don't know how and when that happened. I think it happened one day over one day, and it was just like bam, poof. There you go. So yeah. Uh, okay. And then so they're all talking about, okay, what are we gonna do? What's our next move? Yada yada yada. And so they're talking about all the stuff I was talking about a little bit of like what do we do? And then their crisis management team says, okay, well, you have to act like nothing's going on, and you just have to reassure people a lot, and you should be fine. And I'm like, okay. And then, okay, so then that's the crux of it, okay? But then again, like I always say, there are tentacles that come off of the main body of the story, right? Okay, so one tentacle was Chelsea, who felt like she should have been in the loop and she wasn't. And then she didn't let Adam have it, but she said, "Why couldn't you tell me before this happened?" And they kind of CYA and said, "Well, we didn't know it was going to happen today, and it was kind of it just happened, so we couldn't inform you before." And I'm like, "Uh huh, yeah, right." Okay. So then another thing that came off of that was Michelle Stafford Phyllis is talking to Daniel, and she's being really touchy about what's going on with it, and she wants to know every detail. And he's like, "Well, but Jack isn't going to tell you because why would he tell you? You've been divorced and whatever, separated for a long time, and also he doesn't exactly trust you, and you're not really in tight with Diane, so why would he tell you?" And then she had to switch strategies in the middle of that and act like she was more concerned about what's going to happen to Summer, because remember, Summer supposedly works for a company under Jabot's umbrella, not Jabot, but like the other one, right? So it's all tied in. And so she had to make it like she was worried about what's going to happen this summer, which is another character we never see anymore. I don't know. I heard rumors a while ago that they're gonna recast the character, but I don't know when that's gonna happen, and I don't know how they're gonna do it because it would seem like they have to age up the character. Because let's see, Hunter King played her from when she was kind of a teenager to a little bit into adulthood, and then Allison Nair picked up the torch and took her into like where she's an adult now. And so I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, you can't stay like 25 forever, so I don't know. Which I'm just guessing at the age, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know. Okay. So then, um, let's see what else is going on. Okay, that was that, and then it was all about like what's gonna be the fallout and whatever. And like that's all it was today, for real. I mean, there's no talk about Tessa or Mariah or any of the other characters. And that's another thing. Um, Not saying that Tessa or Mariah would be affected by this, but what I'm saying is they could close this and be like, whatever, and then come to it at a later date and then move on to other storylines with other people in it. But apparently, that's not what they're planning on doing anytime soon. So it is what it is. I don't agree with it and I don't really like it, but I can't really, you know, I wish I could control the pace of it, but I can't. So, but yeah, those are some stories I want to look into, like what happened, what's happening, what's gonna happen. Which I mean, okay, I can kind of tell you that I think now all this is speculation here, but I think that they're gonna definitely move on the Tessa character with Daniel, right? But I don't know if they're gonna like finish off the storyline with Mariah and Tessa where they actually get divorced or somebody gets divorce papers or something like that. I don't know if they're gonna do that. They should. Well, I mean, but they should have done what I want them to do before, which is try to work it out. But I think that they should have tried to work it out a lot more than they did. But that's not what we got. But then at least to close the door, I would like them to like serve divorce papers or something. So you can say, okay, that relationship is over. And then at least she can move on to the next if she wants to do that or if they want to do that. So, okay. Bye, everybody.